co-founder and president. Catherine Gregorski and I first met when I was working at Ultimate Software, now UKG.
Jubilant really was born at my kitchen table in 2015. It actually became an organization in 2016.
In our first full year of existence, she won the Ultimate Software White Glove Award, now UKG White Glove Award. The White Glove Award, by definition, was that partner firm of UKG who goes above and beyond the call of duty, reaching in, very hand-holding, high-touch, consultative type of an engagement. And so it was very humbling in our first full year of existence to win that award, because that was really the foundation of who we wanted to be known as, right? That was the difference between us and most of the other partners.
Part of the reason why we did this is really just the consultative experience.
The Jubilant Experience is what we believe makes us different. Whether it's going above and beyond on different things for the customer.
It's taking the extra few minutes at the end of a call when you see someone's face who looks confused, reaching in and asking that question for them.
It is this prescriptive approach to making recommendations to the customer based upon our experience over many, many years.
Being perceptive, having a high emotional IQ.
Or it is just the relationships that we build with the customers.
I've just always truly appreciated our partnership with Jubilant. Even if we're not running a project or currently engaged with Jubilant, the team has always been willing to just kind of check in to see how we're doing.
Our focus is really on building meaningful relationships. We talk about that as a team all the time. Building meaningful relationships, meaning treating one another as we would want to be treated ourselves.
Methodology is one thing. That's how to do things. But the Jubilant Experience is how do we apply the human touch to that methodology for the customer.
This is difficult for customers to balance their day jobs with their need to be very focused on the chores and tasks of going through an implementation.
I was once in my customer's shoes. A lot of the challenges that my customer have, I also experienced when I was a customer. Learning a new system or a new process is hard. I remember what it was like to do my first open enrollment, my first acquisition, and how much pressure that was, and how much I would have loved to have a guide or that white glove service as a customer. So my approach is to provide the kind of support that would have made my experience a little less stressful and more successful.
I have spent time actually looking at all across the logos of the organizations that we have worked with in the last 7 years. Some are really big companies, some are really small companies in size, not in part. And when I look across those logos, I can envision myself standing on the line at Amcor or another organization. I can see myself standing as one of those employees on the line at a manufacturer saying to myself, at the end of the day, this system benefits me because I can get to my paycheck sooner. I can see my benefits anytime I want to. I can get to my HR person faster. I can see myself in that person saying, I helped that person.
It's this white glove approach to doing everything ethically, above board, transparently, so that the customer feels confident that we were the right implementation company.
We really felt the connection with Jubilant and felt like they were able to articulate the expertise they have around UKG, and it just made us feel comfortable that they would be the partner that could help us.
And I think if I were to summarize it that simply, that's what white glove is just knowing that this is very challenging work that these customers are tasked with. They've entrusted in us to help guide them through the implementation, and we want to deliver a very positive outcome. And we know, candidly, there is no way to deliver a high value, highly successful project if we don't have a white glove approach.
I would like to say something right now, and I don't know if it makes it into the cut, but I have the utmost respect for payroll professionals, HR professionals too. But payroll professionals could be one of the most underrated professions on the planet because no one considers them unless their paycheck is wrong.
When an employee gets to the end of a pay period and that Friday rolls around for payday, some of them know, but probably very few. But all of them have been impacted by what Jubilant consultants have done. I've been doing this a long time, and for one reason or another, I've been involved in project work, pretty much my whole life. And it's very satisfying to know that what you've done has benefited the lives of others.
I can tell you of countless payroll people who are up at 3 o'clock in the morning worried that, a group of their employees isn't going to be paid correctly. They're very committed to that. They're very good people. But if that paycheck is wrong, that poor payroll person is going to be the one to take the brunt of it, right? They have to understand an awful lot to make sure that a paycheck is correct at the end of the day. And you take a system like this and it makes their job easier, and they go through time and they feel like they can have confidence that repeatedly that information is correct. They gain that trust in the system, and then they can sleep at night. So again, for me, how do we make their lives easier? How do we help them with that trust so that at the end of the day, they can sleep at night?
The tagline of Jubilant is humanizing the world of work, and we take that very seriously. It's how we treat each other within the organization, which then shows itself with how we treat the customers. It's critical to have that human touch.
The golden rule was blazed in my skull from when I was a young kid, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If we can work together, treat each other with respect, usually things work out pretty well.